Welcome to your Blockside News. Did you know that Koons just left Gagosian and Zwirner? Plus, Basquiat's NFT was withdrawn from an auction. I got these and many other hot news. But first, let's think outside the block. Side note, BLOC Art is the local art portfolio that represents 40 Latin American artists, which 30 are from Peru. Yes, Peru, that has Machu Picchu. And also, Lima is considered as one of the food capitals. Of course, we do have a wide offer of talented artists, not only from Lima City, but also from different regions of the country. Worldwide art news. Basquiat NFT was withdrawn from auction after artist estate intervened. An NFT of a drawing by Jean-Michel Basquiat has been withdrawn from sale on OpenSea after the late artist estate confirmed the seller does not own the license or rights to the work. David Stark, the licensing agent who deals with Basquiat's archive, tells the art newspaper that the estate of Jean-Michel Basquiat owns the copyright in the artwork referenced. No license or rights were conveyed to the seller, and the NFT has subsequently been removed from sale. The auction of the NFT of the 1986 mixed media work on paper, Free Comp with Pagoda, was sponsored by the little-known firm Daystrom. When pressed on the copyright issue, Daystrom clarified, while blockchain transactions are widely considered a trusted source of authentication and provenance, best copyright practices have yet to evolve for the digital economy. True that. We believe the regulation and laws governing NFTs are rapidly evolving in terms of conveyance, secure interests, intellectual property, and copyright, and are trying to make sure our buyers receive as much protection as may now or ever become available for them, the firm adds. Very interesting. I'll keep you posted about this because I think that it's, well, part of that new line about blockchain and NFTs. Hot news! Koons leaves Gagosian and David Zwirner galleries for Pays. The world's most expensive living artist, Koons, will now be represented exclusively worldwide by Pays Gallery, having left David Zwirner and Gagosian, which have sold his work for years. The American artist, known for his high-shine inflatables sculpture, one of which Rabbit sold for $91.1 million, including fees, in 2019, making him the most expensive living artist at auction, appears to have had something of a professional epiphany during the long, lonely months of the pandemic. Both Zwirner and Gagosian have been involved in court cases with collectors over sales of Koons' work in the past decade. A case brought by the Italian dealer Fabrizio Moretti against Zwirner regarding the differing dimensions of a work was dismissed in 2016, while the collector Steven Tannenbaum settled with Gagosian and Koons' studio in a lawsuit brought in 2018 over the alleged non-delivery of 3 Koons works. Pays' first show with Koons will be an exhibition of sculpture at the gallery's Palo Alto space next year, followed by a show of new work at the vast New York space in 2023. Trump protest work recovered by FBI 4 years after being stolen by white supremacists. Boom, boom, boom. 4 years after being stolen by white nationalists in Tennessee, a flag work bearing the words, "He will not divide us," a protest of Donald Trump's presidency by Luke Turner, has been recovered by the FBI and returned to the British artist. The wider project, consisting of a live stream of the flag, was subject to multiple attacks from far-right extremists from the outset. Created as an explicit symbol of resistance to the divisiveness of the last US presidency, it was first installed at the Museum of the Moving Image in New York on the day Trump was inaugurated on January 2017. But after being repeatedly vandalized, the work had to be relocated several times, first to Albuquerque, and then after the theft, a second version of the flag was sent to FACT in Liverpool, UK, and Le Lieu Unique in Nantes, France. Describing the heist as one of the most high-profile contemporary art thefts in recent years, and likely the only such crime perpetrated by organized Nazis against a Jewish artist since the 1940s. Turner says its return marks as a moment of immense catharsis. but does not represent for the actions of those responsible. The flag now bears various stains and splatters, Turner says, but remains gleaming in its own modest way. He adds, the sentiments of the words it carries endured unblemished by the darkest of ideologies that it has spent most of its existence in proximity to. What do you think about this? Because this represents like a lot about artivism. Do you think that art is related directly and linked to art activism? Or do you think that this should be divided and not connected at all? Please drop your comments. I'm super open to read any kind of comment about this specific topic. Philips names Stephen Brooks, a former Christie's financial officer, as new chief executive. The Philips auction house announced 2 days ago that the former Christie's board member and chief financial officer Stephen Brooks will become its new chief executive on 1st September. Replacing Edward Dolman. Dolman will take on the role of executive chairman of Philips Holding Company and work closely with Brooks and with Philips global chairwoman Cheyenne Westphal. In local art news, Peru, yes, the show must go on. No matter corruption, pandemic, or anything that's going on, 3 art shows just opened in Lima. But my favorite of them all so far is by Amazonian natives Santiago Yaborcani and Nereida Lopez at ICPNA Miraflores. You want to know the name? It's called El Lugar de los Espíritus, or The Spirit's Sight. Curated by Cristian Bendayan, here is a sneak peek by lovely Andres Buendia, aka Andrew Good Morning. If in Lima, attend by appointment only. More info in their website. Well, my gorgeous blogger lovers, that's everything for this week's episode, and I'll see you next Friday. Don't forget, if you're looking for Latin American art, you are definitely in the right place. You can look for some art pieces through Artsy platform, or write us down to contact@block-art.com, and I'll personally assist you. Remember, double tap, drop your comments, and reshare this episode. And also, well, keep safe, be a skeptic, question absolutely everything, and think outside the block.